Okay, hi. So this is kind of like a part two to my last video where I was talking about this book, The Alchemist, which is amazing. But this one specifically, I just wanted to talk about like traveling and just all things travel. I'm just gonna let spirit speak through me in regards to mainly my experience though, what it's been like for me and what other people may need to hear. So a little background on me. I am obviously a Black woman from I'm from LA. I was born in Los Angeles County, and yeah, and so I live in I live in Carson, and yeah, it's been really quite an experience for me, like everything leading up to this point. Like right now I'm in Europe, and the last place I had traveled to um was like, I guess you could say it was Northern California, and then before that to Costa Rica, and I've been to Cuba and Panama and Aruba too. So I've been to a few places, a few like unknown places, and what I've learned about myself is that I really thrive in that unknownness, and it's beautiful because when you are in a situation where nothing is really familiar, like of course we're human, and that's our tendency, that's the way we kind of function. We find like similarities and things, like, oh, this person reminds me of this, or like that building reminds me of this, or hey, there's a mall right there. Like there are some similarities and parallels, of course, but overall the culture is completely different, especially if the language is different, and just the way that the lifestyle of people, it's different. And so when you're in that state of like you can't predict and you obviously don't have control over anything, it's it gives way. I've noticed that for me, it gives way to anything. Literally anything can happen. Like, so I guess I can give an example. I'm selling some of my, or like, I was here and I was simply like painting to paint. And I like got the idea to, put them up for purchase. And I didn't get the idea. I met a musician out here, and his name is Avi. He's a drummer. He like drums outside and stuff. And I had my shaker, my like maraca shaker, and just went up to him and started, jamming out with him, because I was just so stoked to see another musician. I've been looking, whenever I travel now, I'm just like, where the music at? Because like, but I don't really have to try it. It just finds me. But he makes money from drumming. Like he'll have his like cup or bucket or whatever in front, and people will make money from it. And I'm like, this is so awesome. Like I was kind of like his apprentice, just like kind of seeing how busking and street performing goes. Because I have a few friends that do that. Like in Costa Rica, I met some homies that do that at like the red lights while cars are stopped. One of my friends would like juggle for them, and like people will give him money. And then also Nico, he drums at Huntington Beach, like with his entire set, and it's just so much dedication and practice and like talent, and like you make a lot of people smile. Like you see a lot of people in the public spaces, especially where there's a lot of foot traffic, and it's a beautiful thing. But anyway, so Avi, the one I met here, he recommended like, yeah, well, if you have paintings, because I told him I paint, he's like, you could possibly sell them. Here's one of them. It's of a woman. I don't know if y'all remember the book Amelia. I think her name was Amelia or something, but she like turned colors, or like didn't want to eat green beans or something like that. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. And if you do know, please let me know what that is. And like I did this one, which is, it's in Dutch. It says live in the moment. Yeah, so like I was painting. Anyway, so I ended up selling one of my paintings yesterday. I had no idea I was going to be able to sell a painting. And so I just say all that to say that anything could happen, like anything you can imagine. Like I had set up that day, I was like, I wonder if Avi's right. Like I wonder if this could be profitable for me at all. Because when I was painting these, it was just, like in the privacy of my own home. I had no intention of selling them. I don't know what I was going to do with them if I didn't sell them though. Like a lot of my paintings just accumulate. I would love to frame them, maybe like give them away. But anyway, yeah, like anything can happen when you're traveling. Like you meet so many people, like you meet the people that you need to meet. Like I needed to meet a musician or I would have gone crazy and I would have felt like this was a wasted trip, because if I'm not surrounded by music at all times, I'm like, I don't know, I get antsy. I legit get antsy. But luckily I have my iPod and everything. But so I met musicians out here. I also just like really wanted to however I could provide value to this country. Like I'm traveling here. I am the visitor. I am the guest, and I simply want to know how I can add, how I can be of service and like leave this place a little smidget better than, you know, before I even came. So like I set that intention for myself, and it's something that's not necessarily tangible. Like at the end of the day, it's not like, cool, I did blah, 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 blah. Now the place is better. You know, you can't really measure better, but I made a few people smile, so like I feel good about myself. I hope other people feel good too. I'm visiting my sister out here, and so I think we've been enjoying each other's company. She's such a great role model for me. She's doing her master's program out here. So yeah, if I were to ever do my master's program, it would have to be in another country. So now I'm kind of just like talking, which I hope is okay, because we got to get to know each other. We got to start from somewhere, right? So if you have any questions for me, so that if I am just like randomly talking, I could at least address something that you want to know. But yeah, we could talk about, so this is a very open video. We can talk about school, getting through college, loans and how not to get them, how to get scholarships instead. We can talk about painting. Here I have my paint stuff. We could talk about profiting from painting. We can talk about music and writing music and how I write songs. Yeah, we could talk about street performing and anything, honestly, like being a woman, being a Black woman. And that'll probably be my next videos, affirmations for Black women, because I was like looking for some, like in the morning, I just like to hear something positive and something beautiful coming from a Black voice. Like you can tell when someone's Black, and I wanted to hear that coming from a Black voice. And can you believe a video came up and it was like affirmations for Black women, and it was a fucking white voice? Or like, I don't know what she was, but she wasn't Black. That like blew my mind. Well, it was like one of those automated voices, like a robot. And I'm like, this is some baloney. But anyway, I'll make that though, because if my rule is, if you notice there's a demand for something, and if you know something isn't the way you want it to be, you can't just talk about it. You have to do something about it. So this is me doing something about it. I hope y'all are setting your intentions, setting your goals every morning, and yes, forgiving yourself. I like looked at, well, yeah, I've been, we're not gonna go there. Yes, we're all amazing. We're doing great. We are doing fabulous. So don't forget that. Remember that always, that we are great, just in our innate beingness. All right, I'm gonna end this video now. I hope you enjoyed that. Yes, benefits of traveling. It's beautiful. You'll learn so much. And yeah, ask questions. Later.